Hello everyone, this is Mukundan, and today we are going to see the response assertion. Generally, asserts are something the validation point on your output. In previous videos, we have seen whatever might be the record and playback, internally it will be the request and the response from the server. In previous videos, we have seen how to club together and how to give the thread group, lot of other things. But it all makes sense only if we have some asserts and some checkpoints. Otherwise, we might be getting some different response and we will be making the performance testing, which is not correct. So for that reason, there are different asserts. And today we are going to see one of the main assert called response assert. So that means that the main focus before getting into any further validation on the performance like a size and duration, we will try to confirm the response what we are getting is the exact and correct one. Let's go to the JMeter again. And already you have seen how to record and how to add the thread group and other things. For example, cookie manager. Now the response assertion. So let's go to the thread group and right click and click on add. And here you can see the assets. There are a lot of things. First, we are going to see the response assertion. Just to save your time, I am going to directly show the code. And before to that, there is another catch here. The response asserts can be added at the sampler level or request level or at the thread group level. When do we add at the thread group level? For example, there is something you want the output which has to be same across all the requests, then you will be adding at the thread group at the higher level. Whereas some response, for example, the request A can give a different text output, whereas request B can give the different text. So in that case, you cannot use the same assert statement because it was expecting the different output. In that case, you will be adding the response assertion at the sampler level. Here you can see that response assertion has been added at the thread group level for the different things. For example, here you can add some text also. It's not like it's mandatory that you need to always use the same text. I added hyphen code. That means that I am looking for the response code. When you see the response assertion screen, there are a lot of things. The first thing comments, you can add some references. For example, if you want to learn something or if you want to give some reference to the users, refer what it is actually meaning. And after that, you will be having the apply to. That means that here you can use only the main sample or subsample. That's a very high level. For example, go to the authenticate and authenticate has its own subsamples. If you go to the results tree in the previous one, let me run once and here you can see, here you can see authenticate. Internally it will call some other URLs that mean redirections happens inside the authenticate. So that's the reason you want to apply that asserts all the samples are only the main samples. And after that, these are the main area where you will see the main fields to test. Text response, response code, response message, response headers, and other areas. And pattern matching contains matches substring. It's almost like a equal, not equal, or let's say contains. It's like a regular expression. And in case of response code, I am giving 200 because I know that this will have definitely 200. In case as per your requirement, if it is something 201 and 203 based on the API or the request format, you can change it accordingly based on the matches or contents. But as of now, I know that this all request will have the response code as 200 and no matter whether I change to the different sampler. So in that case, I am just adding the 200. Even you can add the custom failure message in case if you are not getting 200 because of some real issue, you will be having the custom message which looks very friendly to the user. The response code for 200 is not available due to some reason. Even you can mention the error message. Then coming to the message, so that means that here you are trying to see the message of the response. Where to see that? Sometimes it's like a trial and error. You just go to the request and here you can see the sampler result. There you can see the response message. Okay. And request will have the request body and the request header. The same way response will have the response body and response header. Now we are seeing the sampler result, which is the response message, a metadata, which tells response message as okay, which is maximum time it will be the same. So we are checking the same in the message. Then coming to the header. So where do you see the headers? Again, go to the view results tree, go to the request header. Since I'm going to the request and there is a request header. Here there are a lot of key and value pairs. As per the requirement, you can check anything. But in our case, we are checking only the key value, which is the content type and text HTML colon character set is UTF-8. Again, you can add the custom message. Then code pattern. Here we have seen so far equals only, but there are something called matches, and this match will work on the regular expression, which is the form of Perl regular expression. You can go through the URLs. These URLs will be shared in the, let's say, the comment section or the description. Obviously, we will be adding the regular expression which starts with 20, and there will be always one character, so that will be represented as a dot. However, we have seen it is always 200, but in case if you are getting something like a 201, 203, you don't need to write a different assertions. You can use the same regular expression, which makes sure it starts with 20 and it will have one character. That means that it can be 1, 2, 3, it can be anything. Then this is all about the response assertions at the thread group level. As we discussed, even response assertion can be added at the sampler level. For example, here I am going the response assertion. When I do the login, there will be a text message. Just go to the results tree again and login. Here you can see the response data. The text message has, this is where you can log into the secure area. Whereas in authenticate, it will be something else. Welcome to the secure area. Where you are done, click logout below. So that means that based on the request, the text changes and the response body text also changes. So you cannot have the same response assertion for the all the requests. So for that reason, I created only the response assertion only for the login request, and this is where I want to see the text. And here I mentioned the substring because the response body not only the string but also the HTML content and tags and all the attributes. So for that I'm just looking for the text response. In that I am just see the this wording is being contained or not. So like that you can add all the assertions either at the request level or the group level. And some more points here actually I want to show. Go to the assertion results, and this is the listener like our view results tree. Again you can add the results tree or listener. Just go to the listener and here you can see asserts results. So it's not only asserts but actually it will listen to the asserts and it will give the results to you. The best part is you can try to put it into the some CSV file so that you can share with the other team or other integrated systems and you can see the results. And in case if any error happens, it will show it here. First of all, we will try to see the happy flow. Now asserts are empty, results are empty. Run. Since we mentioned the file name, it will add it to the file name also. The view results, it's fine. All are passing. Asserts has been completed at the 3 request level. And we mentioned this path. Let's go to the desktop, open that. And here you can see all the request and response and the metadata about that latency and the ideal time or connect time, thread name, everything is mentioned here. Now coming to the other points. So now we have finally seen what is response assertion, what are the different things you can assert it. Then view results tree you have seen and where to see sampler results, where to see the request. Actually you need to select it and then you can see it. And assertion results we can just send it to some other place also. So this is all about the response assertion. The same way we have the different other assets. You can see all those things here. Response assertion, JSON, size, duration, and so on. Since current example is for the HTML content or the text response in HTML format, we cannot do the JSON assertion. So based on the different requirement, we might be going into the other assertions also. So this is all about this video. So thanks all. Thanks for watching and have a great day.